Hello and welcome back to today's video. Now we'll be getting into something a bit different, some software I actually personally like to use, and I need to set it up anyways. So why not make a tutorial on it and show y'all how to get into it. So first off, we're going to need a domain. We need something to basically dedicate a google.com to our IP address. That way we can run applications off it, the application we're going to use today. Now, this application is called SHLink. If you've ever seen Bitly, AdFly, whatever those domains are, these are shortlinks, or commonly referred to as shortlinks. And what we're going to do today is we're going to install SHLink to do just that. We're going to be using a customized domain within our personal cluster to run our own shortlink service. From there, we can use it off an Android app, I believe. There is a web browser app, or we can just deploy the app ourselves to our cluster additionally with the service as itself. So we'll go ahead, we'll set up our domain. As you see here, we're with Ninjala with DWXC net. We'll go ahead, do a new record. We want to designate an A record of anything under the subdomain to our current IP address, which I'll make sure to plot this out. And then anything for our root domain, we'll also want to our current IP address. Additionally, we will want a www record, which would be just like this, because www can technically be referred to as a subdomain, although I don't believe it's referred to as a short domain. I'll make sure to definitely check that in post. But from there, you should be set up with everything you need once you save this. And just to double check that as well, we'll go ahead and go to google.com and we'll go look up the, what was it? The Google Dig toolbox, that's right. And to ensure that our changes to our DNS domain name have propagated, we'll do dwxc.net. And there it is, our new IP address has been propagated out in Ninjala, and we can see these records all available right here. Our Ninjala name servers are A records and the SOA record. So now we're ready to roll. First off, just ensuring everything works. Our homepage, dwxc.net, there's nothing there because we don't have any active services, but traffic is responding because that's our load balancer we have pointed to that IP address. Okay, and now that we are in our Kubernetes cluster, we're going to go ahead and create a namespace for our service. We'll name this, since we are going to be using this for, well, everything under DWXC as well as NerdHerd. We are using the DWXC domain, so we'll just put it under DWXC, and we'll do -tools-shlink. And we'll do the container resource limits here later. I know SHLink doesn't require a whole lot, but I want to review those and make sure we are accurate before we try and deploy any of those resource limits. Now, once you've created that namespace, you want to go ahead and filter through so you're only seeing that one so you don't have to work with other ones or accidentally place the application into the wrong namespace. So what we'll do is here in the top right in Rancher, we'll do DWXC, just as we specified before, tools, and there's SHLink. Clicking that, as you can see, it'll refine it down so we only see what's in this current namespace, which really should be nothing besides the namespace itself. Moving forward, if we go to workloads, deployments, we'll create a new one. From here, this will allow us to create a new deployment, which will then deploy pods and containers of SHLink and its service so that we can interact with it and make changes as we see fit, effectively using the service, and when pods fail, the deployment will redeploy them, making sure that they are stable. So if we go here, we'll name it SHLink. It really can be anything, but make sure to keep it descriptive and informative as to what it is and what it's doing. So we'll, once again, container name, SHLink. SHLink doesn't really have any other main or sub-containers, I should say, microservices. SHLink itself can just run, and then you have a web client that you can optionally attach, or you can just use things like the Android app or the online SHLink client itself. SHLink hosts one that I think you should be able to use the URL of your current SHLink domain, an API key that we'll create later, and then manage it from there. We'll get into that here in a sec. But For the time being, just name it SHLink. Next, the container image, we'll do SHLink IO, all one word, if I can spell correctly, SHLink, just like that, SHLink IO /SHLink, pull policy always, and no pull secrets because this is a public container off of hub.docker.com. Next, we'll head over to networking where we'll add a port or service with the service type cluster IP. No need for a load balancer because we wanted to keep it in the cluster, not outside. Just name it SHLink HTTP, or if you even want to do HTTP itself. And then the private container port will be 8080 as specified in the SHLink documentation. This is the default port unless you specify otherwise. And then the protocol TCP, which should be the default. We don't need to mess with any of the command variables, but then we'll go over to the environment variables where we will want to mess with those. The first environment variable here, we'll do default _ domain, all caps, and we'll do the domain we set up earlier in Ninjala. This one will be dwxe.net. This will pertain specifically to your environment and what you choose to do. The next variable name in our key value environment variables will be is HTTPS enabled. And because we're doing SSL termination at the load balancer level with traffic, we'll do is HTTPS enabled, once again, all caps, and replacing those spaces with the underscores, we'll name that true. And finally, if you want to update your time zone here with time zone, making sure that all the clicks and anything you may be tracking, which you can turn off, I'll show you guys that here in the subclip, you'll want to make sure that any of those logs, basically event logs in SHLink, are correct. When you go view logs by default, they'll be in UTC. So for example, if you're in Texas and someone in Florida goes to click on your link at 3:28 p.m., it may end up actually showing at like 4:38 or 4:28, I should say, a.m. And it, maybe they're from Brazil or something. You're thinking things like that. Essentially, the time isn't going to make sense when you go to review those logs. So for this one, we'll do America, just like that. And I believe it's a / with Los _ Angeles. And to double check that, if you go into the PHP manual here, should read just like that. I'll copy it just in case. It's / not / or other / It is a /. Just like that, we can use it because with SHLink, it will default on SQLite, which you can use. It is not recommended for production use. And preferably, I like to use MariaDB. That way, I can customize it with Docker bots and things like that. I've got Kyvax on my Discord server where I can have that bot tell me, if people want to create shortlinks on my server, it'll just append it to the database, which is really what SHLink does. And then from there, I can basically use it out of the box without using SHLink or the API. Now, should I use the API with the bot? I should. But Kai has links already to the database. I decided why not. It was a fun project. So, side note aside, we'll next need the storage because obviously we'll want to store the SQLite and other caching information that SHLink does do. So we'll go over to the pod section here because we need to first make that claim. We'll go over to storage, add volume, and create persistent volume claim. From here, we'll just name it SHLink default. Storage class, NFS client. We did modify here in our cluster. I had to make some changes to move over to NFS for speed and reliability because Longhorn was not really cutting it in my cluster. More because I don't believe I have a whole lot of servers available for that. But regardless, we're up, we're running, we're good to go. And we'll just keep it at a capacity of 8 gigs. There's really no need for a whole lot of storage when it comes to SHLink. I could downsize it, but I think this should be pretty good. Finally, access mode read-write, only single node. We don't have a whole lot of nodes anyways. And the volume name we can keep as is. Now we'll need to map SHLink from its storage volume. So we'll go over to the SHLink container we created earlier, under storage, select volume, and that PVC or persistent volume claim from earlier. Now the mount point will be inside the container, not on the host, not within the claim you made earlier, but this is the mount point in the container itself. Now the mount point for this container in specific will be /etc/shlink, and then finally /data. And then we'll end it with another /, so it should look just like that. No subpath, we'll want read write, so don't click read only. And finally, you can hit create. Now that our deployment is running, pod should come up after it pulls it, and it looks like that pod is now active and ready to go. If we go into service discovery, we see that service is online. So now our next step is to make an ingress for it and prepare it for the real world, we'll just say. Now for our specific use case in the ingress, it will vary. We specifically use Cert Manager with traffic as a load balancer, and then we use Let's Encrypt certificates. Depending on how you get your certificates, what load balancers you're using, because Nginx is also viable. I believe Kong is also another one. No, that's an API gateway. But regardless, these will only pertain to certain parts of a cluster. If you don't have all these parts, you may not be able to use this. So fair warning if something does break. So we'll go ahead and we'll create a new ingress. Once again, that ingress should be on the same namespace since it's pointing to that service. We'll name it shlink-public. And then the request host will be once again our shortlink domain, which is dwxe.net. Net, not met. The prefix / target service will be shlink, and that'll be on port 8080. Default backend you can use, or you can just leave as is. Certificates, you'll want to designate a name for that certificate that will be created when the ACME plugin essentially for Cert Manager goes to get that certificate for you. So we'll name this just dwxe.net-tls. Hit enter to save. Do not click off or it will remove your information because the certificate does not exist yet. You have to insert that data manually and tell it you're creating a new certificate essentially. Then right here, this will be the domain names that this certificate pertains to, the subject name. So we'll do once again dwxe.net, but also our subdomain www.dwxe.net. Then the ingress class, make sure it's traffic or whatever your ingress may pertain to, like I said earlier. And finally, our labels and annotations. Now, because we are wanting to request an automatic certificate, we're going to add in the annotation for cert-manager.io/cluster-issuer. And then the value should be whatever your current cluster issue is for Let's Encrypt. Ours in this case is Let's, oh, wow, I am not working tonight. Let's Encrypt. Let me see, encrypt-prod, P-R-O-D. Now, once this is set up and everything is ready to go, you should be able to create this with no issue, and those certificates should automatically start being created, which we'll go ahead and monitor, which I believe is what? Cert requests, yep. So now we're waiting on that certificate to be provisioned, sent to us from Let's Encrypt after it verifies who we are. So we'll go ahead and wait for this to come up, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. It didn't take much time at all. So now that everything is ready, if we go back to service discovery, we should be able to click, oh, sometimes this does happen with Rancher. Once again, / target service, SHLink, and port 8080. I don't know why Rancher does this to me all the time, but you may just need to recreate that path in the rules. Hit save again, and it should persist. We'll click on this, and we can verify everything is working. Now we're ready to use SHLink to create domains. You might be asking, how? Why? Well, first off, we get a different domain, or a different page for this domain. 404 page not found, correct, because we're not actually using any sort of short links from SHLink. Additionally, you can see the SHLink icon, and it literally says right there, SHLink. So now let's get started actually using it and creating our own short links. Now that we are ready to go in SHLink, we'll need to create an API key so we can actually make the short links to make it work. So we'll head over to the pod section, not deployments, but pods, where we'll want to exec into a currently running SHLink pod. If we do that right here, we can run SHLink, get that help text. Specifically, we'll want to run shlink space API-key : generate. What this will do is it'll generate a valid API key that we can now use in the shlink front end, which we'll go to here in a second, and create a new short link. Now, if we head into a new tab, we do app.shlink.io, it'll prompt us here. Now, this is running separately from our servers. This is on SHLink's actual website where they allow you to manage these short links associated with the domain and service you created earlier. So we'll go ahead and do add a server. We'll name it whatever we want. Yes, I guess. I can't even think of a name right now. The URL, as we specified earlier, HTTPS, our domain, dwxc.net, and finally, the API key we generated earlier. We'll hit create server, and from there, we can already see what's going on. We have 27 orphan visits, no idea where that came from. We can list short URLs currently created, or now we can create a URL. So let's see what it's like. From here, now we can create the short link. You can insert the URL here and then append tags to it for organization and your purposes. Then from there, you can customize a short URL. Now, the custom slug you can change yourself. This will not be modified, but the title of the short URL can sometimes be overridden depending on the service that is trying to essentially resolve the web page. So for example, if you paste this in Discord right now and you're not trying to block Discord bots, or if you're not performing any magic basically within the backend, this will just show what the short link then redirects and resolves to. Or if you are using certain, like if you're allowing this to be crawlable, which you can configure right here, this will also then show in the search results instead of whatever is actually resolved from the link itself. So for this one, for testing purposes, we'll just name this Fortnite free V-Bucks clip here. And then the custom slug, Fortnite V-Buck free, because we can always give away free V-Bucks because we have unlimited money. Finally, you can designate a domain if you have multiple domains ready for SHLink. Otherwise, you can just click the default. Then from there, hit save. Then from there, you can copy that and then send your new link to your friends. Now, additionally, if you ever need to remove short links, if maybe you have a malicious one that was created by another user, or if in general you just don't want it anymore, you can always head back to list short URLs. From there, you can track the visits, the title, belonging URL, and a short URL that was created when it was created at, but then you can just hit delete, write in delete from here, and voila, it's gone. The link can no longer be used, and you get something like this. Now, for those marketing specialists and gurus out there who may want to track where people are going and what they're doing with this short link, you can also view the information about how people have clicked on this link. What I mean by that is if you have refers, such as if someone's coming from google.com or if you paste it on like youtube.com as in a comment, from there you can track where they've came from, what devices they're using, and information like that. For example, here, since we clicked on our Fortnite V-Buck free URL, we can go over to the visits. If we click on this number, we can see the visits over time on a graph, the context, so once again, like the user agent, the information that we've given off, our Linux desktop here running Brave, the Chromium engine, and then a direct link because we're not coming from Google, YouTube, or any external websites. And then because we don't have any sort of location, the maximind 2 that I talked about earlier, this is going to show unknown for all visits. And then from there, we can also show them in the list and see exactly what was going on. Or if we want to, we can also clear that selection. Then, if we ever need to, we can also delete all visits, whether it's for GDPR or CCP information, CCPA data information. We can delete all that data here and clear it out from the database. So similar to how we had it created earlier, you'll use about the same information, but we'll add in a few additions. So if you go down to your environment variables, first, we're going to make 4 new slots. Second, we'll put in the first environment name, or environment variable name, DB driver, MariaDB. The second environment name should be DB user, and that one will be the user you created earlier. which will be this one right here. Copy that, go back here, and then DB password 2024, just like we said earlier. And then finally, you'll want the DB host, or essentially the IP address, the host name of the DB server, I should say. Wow, that took me a minute. So DB underscore host, and then our server. And then optionally, because I have multiple different schemas in mind, I'm going to specify a specific schema I want SHLink to use. Otherwise, by default, it will go over to just SHLink and nothing more. So if the user doesn't have the permissions to create schemas, it may have issues. If there's a schema already created called SHLink, that also may have issues if it doesn't have the permissions. So hence why I'm specifying a specific name, because we created a schema just for that earlier. So that one will be DB name, and then the schema we made earlier, which is right here, shlink-gwxe-net. So from there, you should be able to copy these variables right here between DB driver and DB name, replicate them into the same environment into your area. And then from there, once you're ready to go, you can hit create. And to verify it is using that schema, we'll do use, and is that quote, shlink-gwxe-net. Oh, no, I did that wrong. That's why. Now, when we do show tables, excuse me. When we do show tables in an empty schema, obviously nothing should show up. So if we do tables now, we now have brand new tables indicating that SHLink is using this and writing to the database schema. Thank you guys for watching today's video. If you do have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down and below. I will try and get to them as fast as I can, making sure I can help you, each and every one of you. And yeah, if you do like this video, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I hope you have yourselves a good one, and make sure to use these short links accordingly and legally. I don't want anyone trying to send out their own malicious short links, trying to get people to download malware and spyware. So please use accordingly and responsibly. Thank you for your time, and have a wonderful rest of your day.